Amazon FBA is cool, but you know what's even cooler? Amazon Online Arbitrage. I made over $50,000 profit in 1 month in just my first year selling on Amazon. No need to worry about expensive and complicated business models like Amazon private label or wholesale when you can do the lot more simple and easy route, Amazon Online Arbitrage. Working from home, finding discounted name brand products on big websites like Kohl's, Champs, and Foot Locker that sell on Amazon for a profit that have a proven sales history. I'm going to show you what tools you need, how to find products, how to analyze products, when you find a winning product, how many to buy, and everything in between. Let's get inside my screen, hop on the computer, and fire up some online arbitrage. Sit back and relax. Let's get to it. So we're here inside my screen now, and this is where you'll predominantly be hanging out when you're doing online arbitrage, working from home, finding deals on big websites, ordering them to yourself, then shipping them off in bulk to the Amazon FBA warehouse. Prior to getting started selling on Amazon, you are going to need a professional Amazon seller account. You can get that at sell.amazon.com. That's going to let you manage your business through Amazon Seller Central, and it's going to give you access to sell to hundreds of millions of customers. Now is also a really good time of year to get started selling on Amazon, guys, because the first half of the year between January and June is the slower time of year for consumer spending. Now in July, we have back to school coming up, and then right after back to school, which is a huge time for consumer spending, parents buying their kids tons of different stuff, backpacks, calculators, etc. We're going to talk about all of like what the best stuff to sell and everything is. And then right after that, we also have the fourth quarter of the year between October, November, and December when there's tons of different sales and consumer demand absolutely goes through the roof. It's completely normal for Amazon sellers to have half of their sales for the entire year between November and December specifically, which is pretty cool because you're probably watching this in July or August, and now's the perfect time to get started. So go ahead and get your Amazon seller account. So I know some of you guys are watching this wondering, okay, great, Miles, you're going to show us how to find big name brands, but I'm not ungated. Or you might not even know what ungating is. Basically, when you're a new seller, Amazon's going to restrict you from selling certain big name brands and categories like Puma, Under Armour, for example, the toy category. The nice thing is it's actually really easy to get those unlocked in 2024 just using email receipts or invoices from pretty much any big name brand website. However, there are also lots of smaller name brands you can sell from day one, which are called AutoUngates, basically, where you can go ahead and try to list like a ColourPop product or an And One product, for example. And for most new sellers, that is going to be an automatic approval. As you can see on the screen here, we have a big list of AutoUngate ASINs we put together, some of which are going to be automatic approvals for pretty much all beginners. The nice thing is the more you sell, the more you automatically get approved for. And like I said, say you want to sell Adidas, for example, all you have to do is find an Adidas product that's also listed on Amazon, buy 10 of those, and then submit that email confirmation, download it as a PDF to Amazon. It's completely normal for you to get declined a couple times, just how it works. So make sure you guys go ahead and go through the AutoUngate list. And now let's jump into product analysis and product research now that we got the basics out of the way. All right, so now we're here inside my screen and we can see these Adidas slides right here. Conveniently, looking at these, we can see there's 80,000 ratings on this product right here. So right off the bat, we know it sells really, really well. A lot of beginners think you need a bunch of expensive and complicated software to sell on Amazon. The nice thing is that's actually not true at all. All you need to get going, guys, is SellerAmp, which is our product research tool right here, as well as Keepa down here, which shows basically the performance of a product over time, right? So if we take a look at these Adidas slides here on Amazon, they have a ton of reviews, so we know customers are buying these like crazy. And if we take a look at the lowest price here, we can see the lowest price is 30 bucks about, that delivers pretty soon, or 27 that delivers in like 2 weeks, for example. So the customer is obviously going to buy this one that's showing up initially, basically, and whatever's shown tends to be where the majority of the sales go. So if we go ahead and plug in on the profit calculator on SellerAmp right here, $29.76. Now, SellerAmp, you can try completely free on our website, selleramp.com. It's going to take into account all of the shipping, fees, product costs, sales tax, literally everything, guys, right? So we can see the BSR on this product really good. What does BSR mean? It stands for best sellers rank or sales rank, which is basically how fast a product sells on Amazon. The lower the sales rank, the better. So you want to stay below like 150,000, 200,000 rank for the most part as a beginner here. And we'd see this listing has about 600 sales per month across all the variations. And the max cost here is $14.29. So if we go ahead here, I can see on Designer Shoe Warehouse, they're selling this exact same pair of Adidas slides on clearance for only $12.98. So if I go ahead and plug this in here, we can see exact same pair of slides right there. It's got like those lines and everything. We can see buying it for $12.98, plugging that in over on SellerAmp here, leaves about $5.67 profit and a 44% ROI. Now, a big mistake a lot of beginners make is not factoring in discounted gift cards as well, which is a great way to lower your buy cost. We can see over on Card Bear, I really like Card Bear as well as Top Cash Back. We can purchase discounted gift cards and get products cheaper right here. So say we can see on Raise, we can get like 11%. Let's conservatively call like 8 or 9% depending on the gift card size. We can go ahead here and actually subtract that in SellerAmp and take off this 8%. Right? So if we go here 13, take off 8% here, right now this listing becomes about $7 profit a piece and a 56% ROI. And SellerAmp's going to tell us, taking into account all those fees, right? So you don't have to do a bunch of mental math. Sales tax already in here as well. And now we want to take a look down here on Keepa and make sure that this listing actually sells. Now, Keepa is going to show us the history on this item, literally dating back over 4 years here, back to like 2019. However, as a beginner, you predominantly want to focus on the 3-month data right here and make sure that the bottom chart, which is known as the offer count or the competition, is either trending down or stable. We can see in this case on June 2nd, there were 19 sellers, and today there's about 12 sellers, right? So we can see competition's trending down, and we want to make sure the price is either stable or going up. So for example, this item here is at about 27, and it's trended up to like that 28 range, and we could see that that seller that had those good delivery dates that was really nicely in stock was about 30 bucks. So this ends up being a nice profitable skew here. And I want to show you guys another example. Of a product right here. So if we take a look at these jockey t-shirts here, we can see these are going for $35 on Amazon right here, about 200 sales per month across the entire listing. If we take a look over on Macy's, which is another supplier I like to buy from, we can see we can pick these up for like 16 bucks. Right? So we plug in 16 bucks right here, we can see about $5 profit. If you're a complete beginner, just focus on like $3 plus profit per unit, 30% plus ROI. Obviously as high as possible though. And we can see Macy's gift cards are pretty significant as well. We can see about 5 to 7% here. Let's say we take off 6% on this guy here. We can see that makes it about $6 profit and a 42% ROI. You got to make sure they're not just profitable today and sell quick today. If we take a look at the Keepa chart on this skew right here, we can see, unfortunately guys, these were nice and stable for a while, but then that offer count spiked up. So basically this was probably on some deal that was pretty available to a lot of people. So we can see this item's actually a pass, unfortunately, because that competition spiked up. Either way though, this is an example of a product that was good for a while, similar to the way those Adidas slides are good today. And now what a lot of people think the way to do product research is to go to random websites and look for the clearance section. What makes a lot more sense is what's called storefront stalking with SellerAmp, where we're actually going to scroll down here, right? And we're going to close down a couple of these tabs right here. We'll close out the AutoUngating list. Make sure you get that, right? It's completely free. And now if we go ahead and take a look at the offer count on this seller, we can see all the different people that are selling this listing here. And we're going to go ahead and open up the storefronts of sellers that we know are making lots of money, aka that we know have lots of reviews, right? So for example, here we can see 6,000 reviews right there, 600 reviews right here, right? Pretty quickly, we're going to be able to see tons of other examples of fast selling listings just inside these other seller storefronts. Right? So for example here, say we take a look at this seller, for example, we already saw there was a profitable jockey t-shirt that, because the offer count was going up, wasn't quite good enough. But say we go ahead here and filter into jockey. Here we can see that t-shirt we know was cool, right? 60K rank. It was just going up a little bit in competition here. But now we can see all these other fast selling listings as well. We can see 25K rank right here, right? Buy box and at about 34 bucks, right? So now we can see all these fast selling listings in lots of other brands. We can filter into whatever brand we want. We can filter into whatever category we want and take a look at all these sellers really, really quick to find other examples of winning SKUs. And it's just putting in the reps to get good at this stuff right here. So for example, we can see 25K rank right here, max cost of 16. Let's go ahead and plug this in on Google, just hitting this Google button right here and see if this is pretty cheap anywhere else, right? So if we go ahead here, we can see, looks like this Google search didn't really specify the color right here, which we can see, yeah, black, gray, red. So let's go ahead and add this in right here. Black, gray, red. Let's see right here, right? So we can see, aha, yeah, 17.7 right here, right? So let's run the numbers on these guys. right? So we can see what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here to variations, and I'm going to go ahead and see what's selling for the most expensive, right? So we can see this extra large here is about 35 bucks, right? And we can see the offer counts moving. So we know this listing is actually selling right here. So if we take a look here, we can see this extra large here is in stock, right? Black, red, plaid, right? That matches right there. We can see buy box is 26. However, they're also charging for shipping. I'd recommend doing free shipping if you're going to merchant fulfill. Right, so we plug in 34 right here, $34.99. We can see our max cost is 17 here, which is pretty close to being good. That ROI is a little bit low. However, we want to take off that discounted gift card as well. And if we take off 0.73, this becomes pretty good. And I can see the buy box on this listing is FBM. If I were going to FBA this item, you could typically get a couple extra dollars out of pricing above the FBM buy box when you're an FBA seller, because Amazon pushes FBA sellers in the buy box more because they make more fees from it, right? Although the fees typically end up being the same for you, because when you FBM something, you don't pay FBA fees, but you do pay individual shipping. And when you FBA something, you don't pay individual shipping, but you do pay the FBA fees to Amazon. So we can see, say I price this at like 37 or so here. Now this becomes $7 profit, 43% ROI, and we can see it's actually been profitable for a while, guys. Literally, we can see the buy box was 40 briefly in June, right? Which is even higher right there. So this becomes a nice profitable product. And the reason why I like shoes and clothing specifically is because there's other sizes, other colors, etc., that are probably going to make sense at that cost as well. So we can see this jockey inventory clearly comes from the jockey website. So that was a good winner right there. If you guys like this content and want more personalized help selling on Amazon, I have something for you. With back to school in Q4 right around the corner, now's a great time to apply for my coaching program. If you want all my coupons, tips, tricks, and strategies, ton of product research sauce I'm never going to share publicly on YouTube. You want to be fully prepared for back to school Q4 and to build a great Amazon business. I'll leave a link down below in the description to apply for my coaching program if you're interested in working directly with me. Back to the show. Let's see. This is a 10K rank right here. Give this a quick Google search. See what we can pick these up at. We can see looks a little expensive here. Yeah, it looks pretty expensive there. So 14, need to pay 17. Not going to work. We take a look at these other big sellers too right here. For example, this seller's got a whole bunch of good stuff here. This seller's got a bunch of, we can see like Adidas, for example. Right here, we can see 3K rank, max cost about 35. Go ahead and plug this in, see what we can do. Right, we can see, yeah, don't really see those being competitive right there, unfortunately. Let's see these adapts. Max cost is 34 right here. Let's go ahead and plug this guy in here. Let's see. Yeah, not liking those guys either, unfortunately. Let's see. $9 right here, 20. You don't automatically want to avoid stuff Amazon's on here, right? But this looks a little cheap here. And you start to build a really good feel for that stuff over time too. We can see these guys the right thing. Nah, I got like the white on the bottom right there. We can see Adidas socks never had a ton of good luck with. Let's see, right? Let's take a look here and see like Under Armour stuff, for example, too. Got more jockey SKUs as well, right? So we can see t-shirts here. Yes, there's like a 6-pack t-shirt. So we found the 3-pack was pretty close to being good, right? We can look at 6-packs as well here, 27 max cost. Let's see. Yeah, so we can pick them up for like 47 right there. That's not going to be good unless there's an additional coupon right here. Let's see. Oh, 40%. Okay, what does this add to cart to? Let's see. Let's view cart here. Sometimes you got to add to cart to see the significant discount. Yes, so we can see 45 right there. So that's definitely not going to work. Let's see. Let's see this boxers here. So these are a little bit higher sales rank here, guys. But like we can work with that if the price action's good. You know, there's no like rules about stuff. Right, so we can see here. Let's see, is that like that blue vibe? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, 18 here. This is going to be close. We can see here, going on JCPenney to about 20 right here. So if we go ahead and take a look at these here, these might actually end up working here. Let's check the variations here. Let's see, yeah, 36, right? So 20 into 36. Right there, not quite. What I would do on a SKU like this is I would go ahead and scroll down and one-click export this to an almost good spreadsheet in SellerAmp, right? And now we can see this data automatically populated right here. So you can organize this and come back to it in the future when this listing becomes good, which a lot of stuff can ebb and flow as we can see on these Keepa charts. So the spreadsheet feature on SellerAmp is really, really helpful, right? So we can see jockey stuff and take a look at Calvin Klein, for example, as well. Let's see, so 38 max cost right here on these boxer briefs. Let's see what we got. Got a good sales rank too. Look at that sales rank, guys, like 14K right there. Let's see, let's take a look at 18 here. We can see, is that the right thing right there? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, Nordstrom Rack. I used to buy a ton from Nordstrom Rack back in the day. It's also important to note, like a lot of people have questions about like how do you make sure a supplier is legit? What you want to do is you definitely want to talk to other sellers in the community. That's a huge thing. You can check like our free Discord just on Twitter and everything. It's great too. Twitter's cool. You also want to check their Trustpilot and their Google reviews. You want to check their social media, and you also just want to Google the website name reviews, for example. Al's Sporting Goods, which I think is just als.com. A lot of people think it's not legit. It actually is legit. I bought from there, but that's a great example of how, just Googling stuff, you tend to be able to get to the bottom of certain issues. For example here, so let's see, there's 17. Damn, there's so many. Oh, 55 here. Holy crap. Okay. Let's see. Gray here. Let's see. Size small. Ooh, so this was totally good here. Just out of, oh, they got a size small here. Okay. So let's see. We definitely want to run the numbers on these. Let's see. It's got like the gray and then basically like two black ones right here. Right. And then like the gray with the gray right there. So let's see. A gray with the gray and black. Okay, cool. So we got good listing right here. We can see now Calvin Klein does say suspected IP issues right here. And when you see something like that, you always want to do your due diligence in terms of matching up if it's the same thing or not. Right. When you see suspected IP like that, you always want to do diligence and take a look on the Keepa chart if there's actually any really, really steep drops. When you see this is not the case on. However, when see this is totally catfishing in terms of it says buy box 55, but it's really consistently more like 35. So we're going to pass on this, unfortunately, as a result of that, right? But that's the nice thing is you can take a look through these other sellers and really quickly find lots of other good selling listings. For example, here we can see like this seller's got a whole bunch of Nike stuff, seller's got a whole bunch of Adidas stuff right here, and you can just rock and roll through these different sellers and track down a lot of listings quick. For example, right here, and take a look at what these other sellers are carrying. For example, your 32 degrees, right? Dr. Bronner's, Adidas, for example, right? So we can take a look at these guys. Where are these backpacks? These are going for around like, 60. Right? That looks pretty expensive right there, honestly. Yeah, we can see right here, 39's close. Let's see. Yeah, a little different right there. Yeah, because with those DSW, we would want to see if there's any like really good rewards program on there specifically. We already saw those were good. Right, when C at 29 right there. Cloud foams as well right here. Ooh, okay, this looks like a really good deal. This is a different product. This looks like a really good deal potentially, guys. Let's see. Let's take a look. Cloud foams. Right here, just on adidas.com here. Yeah, so we got these open here on the website, and this is actually a different product than what it was on there, but let's go ahead and look up this title here and see if we can track any of these guys down. Let's see. Adidas right here, Cloud Front. Ooh, yeah, we're going to be close on these guys because we can see 45 and then we get another 30% off. Rare says ends up being like 33. Adidas typically has pretty good gift cards too. Let's look up those here. Let's see Card Bearer. Let's take a look at gift cards right here as well. Right, so we can see we've got a whole bunch of colors here. All right, so we can go ahead and see. Let's take a look at these guys, see if any of these guys make sense here. Let's see. Right, so I'm going to filter top to bottom by buy box price by clicking right there. And then I'm looking for good movement in the offer count. Right, so for example, 61, like this works. Right, this should, right? So 61 here, right? We can see 62 cost right there. All right, so we can see. So we're here at 45, right? Not good. Take off that 30%. Ends up being good right there. 12 bucks profit, 37% ROI, and that's after shipping, sales tax, etc. Shipping from retailers is typically free. And let's go ahead and plug in adidas.com gift cards here. We can see, say we get 8% off right here. Right now, right, this actually becomes good, right? So we can see 8% off. Say we take 8% off here, boom, times 0.92 right there. Becomes good. 14 bucks profit, 49% ROI. That's the type of listings we want to be selling, guys. And we can see, look at that trend on this listing too. Competition's headed down. Not bad whatsoever here. And now we can see, are there any big sellers carrying this listing that have lots of reviews we can go ahead and take a look at from there. We can see 1,000 reviews right there. Even 50 plus is not bad, right? So we can see here, right, 200, for example. Right now, we have other rabbit holes to go ahead and go down, right? So for example, if we keep doing like Converse stuff or Adidas stuff, for example here, now we're going to be able to see other stuff, right? So we can see Samba OG, 18K rank. So we know sellers are making money on this stuff right here. Let's see, Big Kids right here, Classics. Okay, these actually should work here because WSS typically has pretty good coupons. Let's see. Is the right thing? Samba right there. Samba, it's got the blue right there. Let's see. Ah, so this is a little different. It doesn't have the blue on the tongue. right there. It must not be that. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, so there we go. So we can see 80, that's got the blue on the ton, right? And then the cool thing is Shop WSS has pretty good coupons that tend to stack on this kind of stuff. So if we go ahead and open up Capital One Shopping, right here, we can see 50 off 350 here, right? So say, let's see. So yeah, these are hanging out like buy box and high guys right here, like 113 FBM too, FBM in the buy box. So we'd FBA this like 115. Most likely we can see at 80 bucks, that's not good. But if we use this coupon here, guys, we can see, right? I don't think this guy works. I think I've tried it, but we can see 50 off 350. Let's say we do card of 5 here, right? And then we want to take off 50 from that. Boom, we can just do this within SellerAmp here. Boom, and then divide this thing by 5 right here. We can see 70 bucks, pretty close, not quite there, unfortunately. I thought that was going to be good. A lot of profitable history on a skew like this. Would have to get added to a spreadsheet, right? And you always want to, really take a look and make sure it's the right thing too, right? But let's see, 125, 5.5 here. Ah, so out of stock, right? So this will go on an out of stock spreadsheet in SellerAmp. Totally profitable though, and we can see lots of high buy box share going right there. 125, picking it up for like 70 or so. Right there, it does end up being a profitable skew, right? You see how these rabbit holes start to open there, guys, right? Unfortunately, that was out of stock here, right? So for example, right, we got the women's Sambas right here. Looks like a similar deal as well. Hibbit, I've had a lot of success on too. Right, when C, slightly different item right there. If it's got a low sales rank on Amazon, guys, people are making money on that stuff, right? So for example, we already did well with those, right? Let's see these warm-ups, these tops here. Let's see. Track top. Ooh, okay, 17. Let's see. Tira 23. Okay, let's see. I think this is the right thing here. Let's see. Right there. Let's see. Dick's Sporting Goods. I made a ton of money on Dick's Sporting Goods my first year. They have like a 10% email code that ends up being really good. Don't work on clearance stuff though. Let's see. So Tira 23 League jacket. I think this is a little different. Let's look up these though. See if these are good. Let's see. See, there's a ton of AutoUngate stuff too. Like a lot of like stuff like, for example, 32 degrees, color pop, Bomba socks. Like I showed you guys on the document. Let's see. Let's see here. Ooh, 35. This should work. A lot of Adidas listings have like these weird things. They look like IP complaints, but like I've been selling Adidas stuff forever and haven't gotten one. So let's see here. So we got black and white here. Let's see, and we're paying 17. So we want to scroll down. Let's see, black and white here. Damn, these navy ones are selling for the high. All right, yeah, look at this. Right, we can see going in and out there. Definitely a slower mover though. It's like also a weird size. Black extra large, game time. Here we go. Right, so we can see Tira 23 League training jacket. We can see, all right, it's the same guy in the picture. Probably pretty good at sign that it's the same item. Right, we can see seller charging shipping. So it's like ends up being like 35 or so. Right, Dick's Sporting Goods has good rewards too. So this will be 17 plus gift card here. So let's see, so that was like 28 plus 6 here. Right, so we can see 34, so 17.72. We're here, not quite there. What's the gift card situation like on Dick's Sporting Goods? That's the biggest thing that beginners don't do is they don't actually maximize those coupon codes and discount codes, guys. So for example, if we take off 6% here, boom, we can see close. Now, interestingly enough, this is a very expensive item that's very, very light. This will probably FBM at about like 550 or so. Right here, we can see just barely gets there. Probably would pass on something like this. However, we do have a lot of historic profitability here, right? And what we could do is look this up and see if Dick's Sporting Goods has any other really good clearance Adidas products. So for example, these are called like the Adidas, Tira 23. Let's look these up and see if they have other ones that are on sale right here too, right? You want to start seeing these rabbit holes. Whereas so we can see, like Tira 23 League pants, right? The jackets here. Take a look at the pants as well here. Let's see, right? And you want to start seeing these patterns, and each winning product is more stuff to go ahead and go look through again, right? So we can see here, boom. So we can see 22 here, gray, team navy blue. That navy hoodie was hidden, so let's look up these two as well, right? Storefront stocking is definitely the best way to do this if you're a beginner, though, right? Just looking inside the storefronts of other sellers here. Let's see here, Tira 23. Interesting. Okay, so they got a couple listings. That's another thing that'll happen from time to time, guys. There'll be certain items that have multiple Amazon listings too here. All right, so we can see 40 right here. Right, let's see. Got the thing on the back there. Boom. Okay. Wow. Okay, so Amazon's on this. We can compete with Amazon, right? We can see got the stuff on the back there as well. right? Let's see. Dude's got different shoes on in the model right there. We can see 19.47 here. Yeah, interesting. We can see. So yeah, a lot of profitable history at at 40, even up at 50, right? So we can see, always want to make sure it's the right thing, but just glancing here, Tier 23 league track pants, Tier 23 league pants here, track team pants right there. So we can see 19.47 right here, 19.47. Take off the gift card right there, say we get 6%. Right, when C, boom, 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 right here. Ends up being nice right there, and a lot of profitable history, and would be able to get some extra margin FBM on this. Now Amazon's on this, that makes a lot of sellers avoid it. However, right, this does end up being good because we can see the offer count movement right there. Now I want to talk to you guys about some of the major keys of product research, and this is a massive beginner mistake, is not actually factoring in this stuff. Okay, so these are moats you need to be building with online arbitrage. When you can pay less than your competition, more items are profitable for you than are profitable for other sellers. Those discounted gift cards from Cardbearer, Top Cashback was a bunch of stuff I mentioned. So take a screenshot of this here on my screen and implement this stuff. You also need those free cashback and coupon extensions, Capital One Shopping, Be Frugal, Retail Me Not, Coupon Birds, Top Cashback, and Rakuten. There's also going to be just pop-up coupons that are going to be like email, account, and text signups with a catch-all email or text now and Google Voice, right? Rewards programs like Kohl's Cash, Rack Room Shoes Reward, and Dick's Sporting Goods Reward is good. Really, really important to note, you really only need a couple websites that really hit to build a great arbitrage business. Right here, you can get a reseller certificate as well, which is mainly going to be a thing for retail arbitrage, showing the documentation to the cashier at checkout, or wholesale, buying bulk from a supplier. Some websites take it for online arbitrage. Walmart's a great example of that. Getting on listings quick with merchant fulfilled right here. A huge mistake beginners make is not actually scrolling down here and factoring into the merchant fulfilled numbers. Right there, if you want a good merchant fulfilled guide, go to howtofbm.com. Holiday sales, 4th of July, Q4 coming up, Prime Day coming up as well. Back to school sales, Halloween, early Black Friday, etc. Whenever there's a holiday going on, retailers run sales. Stacking these opportunities together. Coupon plus discounted gift card plus rewards program. A lot of items are going to be profitable with that. Very few items are going to be profitable without that. As well as keeping really good organized SellerAmp Google Sheets like I mentioned. Keepa tracking alerts are really good using the tracking tab on Keepa as well. Smart repricing, pricing above the buy box when you can, like when you see an FBM starting a buy box, pricing a little bit higher, as well as using a tax-free prep center as well. Those are different moats you guys need to be building with online arbitrage. If you build a really good groundwork using these from day one, it's going to be super simple to find winning products over the long term. Hope this video was helpful, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. I have a free course we're going to pop up on the screen right here as well. You should totally check out. Subscribe for more, and if you're interested in direct mentorship, you can take a look at my coaching program application link down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.